Crazy. What's up, everybody? I let me pull the mic up a little bit. Um. Oh shit! It don't even matter if I got the mic up a little bit. I ain't got the mic plugged up. All right, this better. What's up, everybody? I'm working on a Toddlerology certification course. I've had it done for a year. I've had the syllabus for a year. I've had the curriculum for a year. Right now, I'm just integrating it into an online course that people can do at their leisure time. And the courses is sex auction, right? Oh, that's nice of him. And there's something that I want to ask every guy, right? Do you know yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you know what you want to be when you grow up, right? These are topics for the Toddlerology class. You don't have to post them in comments, but one of those things that that women are phenomenal with at telling you exactly what she wants you to do to make her happy, right? Absolutely phenomenal at it. She might not know what makes her happy, but she sure knows that she wants you to do what she does know makes her happy. Can you do the same? Can you say right now, this, and that would make me happy, right? Here's the thing, and this is why a lot of guys are upset. This wasn't about MGTOW and SYSBM and all that stuff. They don't know what they want. She looks good in jeans. He holler at her. She give a little rhythm. And then all of a sudden, just because they had sex, all of a sudden she's supposed to be this phenomenal person with no coaching, right? Girls only know what another guy told her. You know what I'm saying? You got to train your toddler. Everything a woman knows, a nigga showed her. Let a chick tell you, ask her what her favorite sex position is. She be like, doggy style. She couldn't do herself doggy style. Guaranteed. Somebody else showed her. She talk about Ruth, Chris, all type of goofy ass shit. Somebody else showed her. Somebody else told her. So she knows what she wants you to do in order to entertain her, in order to please her. Do you know what you want? Do you know what will make your life more efficient? Do you know what type of person will either make you money, save you time, save you stress? Do you know what qualities that you need in order for you to be a better you? Once again, you ain't got to comment on it. One of the worst things in life is, as a guy who dates women, one of the worst things in life is listening to a woman, right? Because you can't believe anything she says. And the whole thing is, she's a liar, but she's an unintentional liar. Because women lie to themselves and then they lie to others, but they believe their own lies, so they think it's the truth, right? So when she says she wants to do something, just because she says it doesn't make it real. You got to go, but that's anybody really, but that you wouldn't even concern yourself with a guy, right? If a guy told you he want to be a rapper, but he never goes to the studio, he never wrote down lyrics, he never looked for management, he never looked for a venue to perform, never showed up at an open mic, but every time you talk to him, he talking about he want to be a rapper. One day he gonna blow up rapping, but he ain't did no steps toward being a performer. You be like, this nigga just talking, right? You wouldn't think nothing of it. But somehow when it's a girl, you believe the story, right? because the story is convincing because she believes the lie. So you guys are counting on, think about a toddler is a toddler. So quit thinking because they're adult size that they adult people, right? If I ask a 6-year-old right now what they want to be when they grow up, they're gonna tell me a fireman, a policeman, an astronaut. If I ran into that same 5-year-old in 20 years, at 25 years old, they might be an accountant. They might work for streets and sanitation. Whatever it is that they wanted to be at 5 years old, 99% of the time, none of us become what we want to be as toddlers. People just ask you just to give you ideas, but they don't expect that of you. You know what I mean? You're talking to toddlers, right? You're dating toddlers. You procreate with toddlers. They just big. They just adult-sized toddlers. So you asking them what they like, asking, you ever ask them, they know they hungry, ask what they want to eat. They don't know where they want to go, don't know what they want to eat. They just know they hungry. You're asking questions of people and then you're believing the answer. I never believe a 5-year-old wants to be an astronaut when they grow up. I'd never believe it. But I would encourage them like, oh yeah, you can be anything you want to be. Stick and move, stick and move. But at the same time, when they ask you that at 5 years old, they're also instructing you, right? Because normally when they ask you, you at school. So they're also instructing you on the fundamentals that you need in order to be proficient and efficient at that course in your life, right? Being a toddlerologist is basically that. Whatever they say, whatever. Your job is to work your curriculum so they're efficient, effective, and they complement your life. Because when you happy, everybody happy. What you say, Wayne? You love the loss, but it's your own doing. You know what, dog? You owning up to your shit don't mean nothing, bro. Because every guy owns up to their shit eventually. You know what I'm saying? If I bump into you, bro, you could be at fault. You could have bagged back and I've been looking. But if I bump into you, I just be like, my bad. You know what I'm saying? It'll be just that simple. It's not even a major thing. You ever heard your girl complain? I know your girl, Wayne. I know your ex. All the shit she did to you, nigga, did she ever apologize ever in her life? No. She blamed you. She fought you. She kicked you out. Never not one time while she was doing whatever she was doing with whoever she was doing with. What call you for? You don't ever answer the phone. Anyway, but at never no time that she apologized, right? So owning up to it is really a masculine thing. It's a very mature thing. I'm not gonna say it's masculine, but it's a mature thing. You know what I'm saying? But we dealing with toddlers, right? Um, the Toddlerology course, man. I think every guy should take it. Real talk, man. For those who registered, do your homework. For those who are interested, like, yo, this nigga been talking about this toddler shit for like damn near 2 years. What he talking about? Find out. I guarantee you that this course will change the way that you date forever. This is the course. Whenever I do break down and get the board in school, this is the course I'm gonna teach boys at 12 years old. It's just that simple, man. It's how to evaluate yourself, how to evaluate what you want, what makes you great. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being mad, bro. To be honest with you, like I used to be mad all the time, like goofy ass women, until I realized they weren't women; they just toddlers with breasts. And then I wasn't mad no more because you can't get mad at a kid, right? The but what I do see when I'm on social media is I see a lot. I see both steps, right? It's a lot of dudes talking about sex, what they'll do for sex, who they think is sexy. Everything's a really a low vibration thing. And then the flip side is the loss, man, child support, divorce, not being able to see their kids. And they got to that point, and when they reflect, even when they sharing their story on social media, so you know it's way deeper than even what they sharing. Even when they reflect, they say, man, I should have seen this sign, that sign. I should have seen how their mother operated. I should have seen when I asked her to do this and she told me that. Hindsight is 2020 always. But If you still bring, I'm not talking about baggage. If you still bring no wisdom to the next situation, then you'll be in the same situation because all fish swim, all birds chirp. You feel what I'm saying? Toddler's gonna toddle. So you still gonna be in the same situation because the girls don't change. Every girl will try to pull it on every guy just to see how much she can get away with. Now, that's a human thing. Every child does it. Men do it. But when men do it, they find out what the line is and they don't cross the line. Girls continuously try to cross the line every single day. Like, is this the day he gonna slip? If you don't give up boundaries, right? This tolerology course will change how you date forever, bro. Forever. Because it's nothing about dating is about the woman. The only thing about anything about the woman during dating, she can't have clothes on for it. There's nothing a woman says when she has clothes on that really benefits you during dating, right? Dating is all about you. From her perspective, you go into dating from her perspective, like I'm gonna be, what up, Jimmy? My nigga pistols. You every nigga going to dating like I'm gonna please her, I'm gonna entertain her, I'm going to feed her. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to capitulate for her. I'm gonna listen to her boring ass stories. That's what guys do when they go into it. When women come into the relationship, in any relationship, all they have is this is a time that I'm going to make him wait, if I'm going to make him wait to get some ass, right? There's very few conversations that you'll have, especially at our age, especially if she over 25, that she'll tell you what she will do. She'll tell you what she won't do. She'll tell you what she did for the last nigga. She'll never do again. I heard a girl say she wouldn't wash a nigga clothes no more because she washed the ex-boyfriend clothes and he wore them with his guy. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. But do you know how simple Simon that is? But they always tell you what they're not gonna do. But they rarely know what they're gonna do because women don't know anything unless somebody tells them. It's your job to tell her what she needs to do in order to be with you. Dating is about you, bro, because you're the prize, right? Sex is delicious, and girls think she's surprised because she's the caretaker of sex. But man, look, dog, the baddest chick is the average chick after 3 bangs. You know what I mean? So after that, then what? Then it comes back to you. What does the same way she's telling you what she needs you to do in order to maintain a relationship, you should be establishing that from day one. You can't switch up. You can't add stuff later. That's not how women's minds are wired. Women's minds are wired on the employee handbook. She goes in there, she goes through training, she finds out what her job entails, what her position is, and she does her job. You got to tell her her job. Her job is not just to be up under you telling stupid ass stories, occasionally giving you some pussy and then asking you to do goofy shit. That's slavery, bro. That's slavery. Are you a man or a slave? You know what I mean? Anyway, I really want to get into this tribalism, but I can't get into tribalism until I get through tolerology because apparently people don't see the value in culture as long as they dictated by their lower vibration, right? Man, Jimmy, she ain't got no man now. You know she ain't got no man, right? But anyway, she ain't none of them got no man, dog. If they ain't got about 30, they probably they just gonna run through motherfuckers till they get a cat. That's how that work. But whatever. I've seen a couple success stories, but I be looking like he married her, like for real. But anyway, um, look, Being part of a tribe is basically controlling your culture. The problem with American blacks is they really don't have no culture. Their culture was given to them by somebody else, right? You were told you were entertainment ever since the days of Bojangle. You were told, you know what I'm saying? Like people feed you your narrative, even down to you calling yourself black. People feed you your narrative your whole life. You never really controlled your own culture. You know what I'm saying? Other people have to identify your culture. You know what I'm saying? And it's no reason that you can't have a small group of guys and create a winning culture. You can be winners, bro. I'm gonna get you there. But before you go there, it's the same thing. Your culture, what you stand for, what you identify for, translates on all things, bro. On all things. There's a reason that chicks be like, man, oh mean, but all the guys be like, yo, that's my nigga. Cause I ain't going. But guys respect a nigga that ain't going. Girls is constantly test you, be like, yo, I'm gonna be the one to break a buck because there's slave drivers, right? You as a culture, culturally speaking, you reverse that and you become what it is that you need to be. I understand why guys go SYSBM. I understand it, but I don't agree with it. I understand why guys want to go to other places, other spaces, and find women from other backgrounds that are more accepting of male authority, right? Because really that's all it is, bro. It's not the fact that you a bully or an oppressor, it's just authority. There certain cultures are taught not to respect men's authority or what men's authority to respect, right? There's a reason. I was at lunch with this chick. We weren't even beefing. Like we was having a picnic at that. At Dan Ryan Woods, bro. At Dan Ryan Woods, man. We was having a picnic, man. We had our little sandwiches and soda and liquor and we chilling and we just having a conversation. And she said, man, I never respect black men. She's like, I'll humble myself for a white man because a white man, there's consequences to not following a white man, but there's no consequence for not doing what black men say. So I never respect the black man. I was like, damn, short. All right. Like this was regular conversation. So I can imagine type of shit she said if you was arguing. But I see it all the time. Every guy has a look. Every guy has a look that they give their kids, and their kids just sit down and shut up, right? You call it the look, right? I have seen grown men shut up when another grown man gives them the look. You know that, you know what I'm saying? That man, you better next thing you do, I'm gonna make furniture move. Look, I've seen white girls shut up, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, and then I've seen your assigned women look at you like, nigga, who you looking at like that? What you gonna do? Like they challenging you. That's not all, but it's a lot. So that's because you didn't come in there with a delegation of authority. You know what I'm saying? Part of being a man is to do man shit. You get taught how to make a man's salary, but not how to operate in a masculine principle. The first thing you do as a man is check your chick, right? Because I'm gonna tell you something. This is the realest shit. And this is a black problem. This isn't necessarily a man problem, but it's a black problem that keep black men from being men, right? This is some real shit. I love my hat, man, but it's like a motherfucker. A Santa Claus hat, but I decided to wear it, man. I ain't gonna just wear it one time, and I'm gonna keep wearing it anyway. Um, one of the things that I've noticed is I lost track of my thought. Oh, when you grow up in a major in a there's no goal, right? One thing, the biggest thing that I've noticed, and I don't think it's what I was gonna say, but one of the biggest things I noticed, there's no There's no set goal. There's no penalty, no consequence, because penalties and consequences are a tribal thing, right? It's not a man thing. As a man, I could beat my girl ass. I can penalize her directly, right? But I can't penalize her culturally. I can't ostracize her as part of that culture. I, you know what I'm saying? I can't put the scarlet letter on her as that culture because the men don't operate like that in that culture. You create a different culture, you create a different outlook. Then all of a sudden, you don't have to worry about that. When you guys keep every damn black rapper use a um, Italian mob boss name, when you think of the mob, first thing they say, man, don't sleep with the mob wives. You sleep with somebody else's wife, we gonna touch you, right? They established that culture, but they established that culture not because they really gave a damn about the women. They established it because they didn't want the guys infighting because they had bigger shit to do. So you make sure, that's what I was gonna say. So you make sure your girls in check. This is what I was gonna say. One thing I noticed about black culture is the difference between men who achieve great things and men who find love, right? Two totally different things. Give you an example. How many black men do you know married to black women who make major moves? You got LeBron James. After that, it get real sparse. One of the reasons that black women always say once black men get money, they go to the others is, damn, I wish I had this clip, is because he doesn't have to fight his woman every day, then fight the world, right? There was a clip. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. You guys can look it up. It's from the Jeffersons, right? Once upon a time, George Jefferson's high school sweetheart met up with him, visited him. They was hanging out. And then I don't know where Weezy went. Weezy went out to get, I don't know what she did, but she left the crib. And George's ex up the thump on him. Was like, I'm finna kill you because my life fucked up. This was supposed to be my life. I was supposed to be in the penthouse. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be in Weezy's slot. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, man, you love me, woo woo, right? And they tussle for a minute. George gets the gun. George say some real shit. This is in the 1970s, by the way. George say some real shit. He said, none of this would be yours. Because if I was with you, I would have none of this. He said, you wanted to work, you wanted to party. When I needed to study, you wanted to talk. When I said I had to save my money, I couldn't take that trip. You want to go out with whoever the dude was and take trips to St. Louis. It's like, man, I would never have had this trying to love you because loving you would have been my job instead of me doing my job. And I see that a lot in the black culture because the guys don't assert themselves like, look, my passion, my purpose of living is my purpose, right? That's my number one job before being a husband, before being a father, before being whatever. My purpose is my purpose. And you along for the ride. And have her be cool with that. Because here's the thing. It sounds cruel, right? Especially when you're dealing with narcissists, but a relationship is only 4 hours a day anyway. Right now, if you got to go to work, well, not now, but if you were an essential worker, you go to work, you got to be there at 8. That means you get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Get ready, take you out to get to work for 9 hours, hour to get home. That's 11 hours out your day. You got to sleep for 7, 8 hours. That's 18 hours. If you got kids, got to spend a little time with them. You might just want to detox for a minute. That's an hour or so. So you got 4 or 5 hours that you actually in a relationship. Now, if you're fulfilling your purpose, it doesn't change the time frame. You feel what I'm saying? The thing is, it changes the mindset. because the mindset when you go off to go to work is he's going to work for me. She'll say us, but it's her. He's going to work to pay for my food, for my accommodations, for my lodging, my housing. You know what I'm saying? So he can have extra money to entertain me on the weekend, take me out, so I can go on trips. You getting pimped in the name of love. Pimp in the name of love, right? All those things can still happen, but if you change the mindset and say, look, I'm doing this for me and you're here and you'll benefit because you're here, instead of making her think that you're doing everything for her, because us to her means her. You can't say I'm doing this for us because you think us, but she thinking her. Then that changes the priority. No different than any other employer. When she goes to work, she doesn't think that she's doing her job to benefit her boss. That's not how her mind works. Her mind doesn't work. He had delegations of duties that he needed done, and he compensates her to help run his organization more fluidly, to give him time freed up to do other things to help grow the company a lot of times, so that maybe she can get a promotion and a couple other, kibbles and bits later on down the line. She doesn't see it like that. She sees it, I go to job so I can get a check so I can do me. Both statements are true, but only one operates as such, because she doesn't go to an employer and talk all that bullshit like she does to you when you come home. You know what I'm saying? Because she understands her place in a hierarchy with her employer, because they've already gave her that employee handbook. You feel what I'm saying? This Toddlerology course is gonna help y'all develop your own personalized employee handbook. It'll change the way y'all date forever, man. I promise you. And then we'll get through this Toddlerology and y'all can get y'all pussy game right. And then we can get into real meat and potato shit, like, banking and education and all the other things that you can actually get money for, housing and shit like that, tribal codes, so you ain't never got to pay taxes again, all type of cool shit. We can get into that after we get through this Toddlerology. So do me a favor, y'all. Register for the course, man. If y'all haven't already, click the link, man. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I need 1,000 subscribers, man. Like, for real. I ain't asking for much. And man, on that, man, love each other as you love yourself. Feed the pack.